Hi everybody, thank you for joining me for this week's question and answer video. I do this every single Monday. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I'm answering questions from the last Q&A video last Monday. Anybody has questions, I encourage you all, please ask me anything you want down below in the description or in the comment section, and I'll answer your questions, and you can come back next Monday for next Monday's video to hear my answer. Let me know what you think of my answer. Anybody, if I missed your question, I apologize. It's not on purpose. It was an accident. Please ask me again. Let me know if I didn't understand your question or you don't understand my answer. No repetitive questions are bad. There's no bad questions. Please ask me anything. Ask me repetitive questions. Go ahead, please. Okay. All I ask is that you guys share your locations, and I just realized that I'm wearing not a black t-shirt as usual. I forgot. So I hope this doesn't distract you. This bright red shirt that has a beer company on it. I'm just going to leave it. I'll notice. I stopped wearing, I used to get so many comments about like a shirt I'm wearing that I just started wearing nothing but black to not be distracted. So we'll see how this goes. If I get a bunch of comments about it, then I'll probably go back to black. Sorry. It's not very professional. Okay. Let's see, where are we? I want to thank Christy very much for your donation to the channel. Thank you so much. I don't get many. I can't remember if this is the first one of the year. I think so. I might have had one in the beginning of the year. I can't remember. But I really appreciate all you guys. You guys support me and this channel, my videos, the memes, everything you guys support. Thank you so much. The channel's growing again finally. We'll be at 50,000 soon because of all of your guys' support and the donations you guys make. I'm so appreciative. I can't believe you guys give me your hard-earned money. It's really, really nice of you, and it really encourages me to keep going. So thank you very much, Christy, and everyone who's ever donated. Please consider signing and supporting the petition that I've made. I'm really asking for your guys' help with this. I don't get much support with it. I don't get any reasons why. I mean, I've had a couple of people tell me some awful reasons why they won't support the petition. I mean, they're really awful. They don't make sense to me, but that's our opinions. But I'd really appreciate it if you could support it. The link for it is down below in the description box in the comment section. It's just change.org//stop bullies. That's it. And you don't have to donate. You don't have to do anything. You can be anonymous. Check the little thing that says you don't want to leave your name. That's it. If you get an email from them, you can just unsubscribe or take them off the list. I mean, that's it. It's global, worldwide. I'd appreciate all of you guys' support. Thank you very much. Leave your locations. Let us know where you are, please. And if you guys didn't catch the memes I posted in the last couple of days, June 1st was Narcissistic Abuse Awareness Day. I think it's good to bring this kind of awareness out to people who don't know about it, aren't aware of it, don't understand it. They need to understand how many people are suffering from this. It's not just a few of us. It's millions. It's awful. Our culture really, a lot of it starts with the families, right? And this is just making, abusing children and growing up is awful, and abusing adults as adults is awful. And we need to spread this kind of awareness and let people be aware of the damage it's causing to how many people. June is also PTSD Awareness Month. So if there's something you guys can do to spread awareness of this, that would be great. If you can't, you can support someone else that does. Some of the things you can do is, make your own meme. I have memes all the time, every day almost. You please share my memes and spread them out. Make your own meme. Yeah. Type things in the comment section of other videos. You guys have your own social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, stuff like that. You can say stuff and post stuff. That would be wonderful if you could. Thank you. And what else? That's it. So let's get into the questions. Alec from Melbourne, Australia. Hi, Alec. I've got 99 problems, but relaxing in my favorite chair, enjoying a quiet coffee break after a long day at work while enjoying watching your videos is not one of them. I'd love to talk to you in person, David. I'm sure there would be lots we could talk about. I love what you do, David. Call me biased. Out of all the self-help, psychology, educational films out there circulating the internet, you are my absolute favorite. That's so nice. Thanks, Alec. Appreciate you. Your message and mission really speaks to me. You just have a way with words. No clinical jargon, no sugarcoating issues, just the raw facts. Big love to you and your family. David, your fan, Alec from Melbourne, Australia. Thank you, Alex, so much. I really appreciate your kind words, but more so your support. Thank you. I appreciate that, Alec. And who is this? Let's see, I have to go forward one. William from Alberta, Canada. Hello, William. Hi, David. Hope your week is going well. It was fantastic. Thank you for asking. I hope yours was good. And this one good. I've heard many people say the phrase, you won't find happiness in a relationship if you aren't happy being on your own. I do agree with this to an extent, but in some ways I struggle with this statement. My life is filled with many things that bring me joy and keep me busy. I find joy and contentment in a lot of areas in life. I enjoy the work I do. I play in a band and just recently released an album. Feel free to post that in the comment section. That's wonderful. Congratulations. I'm active in my church. I regularly exercise and spend time with friends and family. I'm pursuing a lot of my hobbies and trying to work on myself growth. Despite all of this, I do often feel lonely in the sense that I don't have someone to share life with. A healthy long-term relationship with someone I love is something I really desire to have in life. Yeah, almost all of us do. I do believe in relationships can enhance a person's life significantly. Oh yeah, huge. And I feel like I would be an even happier whole person if I had a special someone to share this life with. My last 2 relationships were very toxic. One was with a borderline, and it's really discouraged me and contributed to the loneliness I often feel as I continue to heal. I wish I didn't feel the loneliness I feel, or that there was something missing in my life, but I often do. Any insight into how I'm feeling and how I can push through and find happiness in my singleness would be appreciated. Sure, William. Work with a professional. Okay, there's people that devote their lives to doing this. People like me. Okay, I have learned and researched so much before I even started over 8 years ago. I help people for free for about a year. And just doing this for so long now, I just keep learning more and keep getting better at it. But I'm going to tell you the key to life right now. What will make your life easier? Have more success, less mistakes, feel better about mistakes we make, all of this stuff. And I hold my hand up because I'm saying there's 5 major parts of your true authentic self. Learn what these are and live true to them like this. You divert from them, you feel unstable. Okay? In relationships like this, we didn't get what we needed. We didn't get what we wanted. It felt bad. You compromised your values, and all you have is left is your beliefs, which you may not believe anymore. And so we lose the sense of ourself, and we lose that relationship with ourselves. So when we're with ourselves, we feel lonely. Imagine that. If you're with your best friend in a room together, you don't feel lonely, do you? But what about your father that you haven't talked to in 25 years and never did talk anyways, completely a strange relationship, and you sit in that room with him, you'll feel lonely. Does that make sense? If you feel lonely by yourself, we've just lost the relationship with ourselves. We need to get it back. And the best way to do that is to know what these are and learn how to live true to them. In other words, your emotional needs. We have to have them met in our relationships. If they're not being met, that's a huge problem. You fix it or you end them, period. Because there's nothing more damaging than having 5 relationships where none of your needs are met. That's it. It causes the biggest amount of stress. It causes disease. Okay? So I'd rather have one friend where my needs are met and I'm happy. That's great. And I also have a relationship with myself. So I love being alone. I love it. And then I go out and be with my friend and I go try to meet other people. Maybe I go to work, stuff like this. But I'm telling you, know what these are and live absolutely true to them. The only other thing you can add to that is see new places, meet new people, try new things, and your life will be magnificent. You can all judge and base what you believe success is, but there's no more success in my book than living absolutely true to who you are. You don't have to make up mistakes or excuses. Sorry, you don't have to make up excuses for mistakes. You make less, and when you make them, you don't care. Just learn from them. Forgive yourself. The relationships you're having with other people says a lot about the relationship you're having with yourself, and so does being lonely when you're by yourself. Okay? So we need to learn how to have a relationship with ourselves and how to have a relationship with other people. The beginning quote you mentioned makes sense to me. You won't find happiness in a relationship if you aren't happy being on your own. And we don't really find happiness. Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a fleeting emotion. Comes and goes in and out of our life. It doesn't really sustain forever. It's not a part of your being. We are animals that seek comfort, not happiness. Happiness is a cherry on top. We just want to be comfortable. And we have to be comfortable in our own skin with who we are. Then we can be comfortable with other people. Okay? We get confused and we expect and demand too much, like happiness. And if you're looking all over the place for happiness, you probably won't find it. With or without another person. But it's very difficult to love others until we love ourselves. And it's real difficult to be loved if we don't love ourselves. If I don't love me, it's really hard to allow you to love me. I don't believe you. That's the borderline, right? I don't believe you love me. Because they don't love themselves. All right? I hope I answered your question. Hope I gave you a little guideline where to go, William. Know who you are. Really, really focus on that. Okay. Thank you. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hi, Victoria. Or from the Day Area, is what you say here. I've learned an important lesson. Just because somebody has your same last name doesn't mean you can trust them. Oh, absolutely not. Some of the worst pain you'll ever feel will be by somebody you know. Will be by somebody you know. Unfortunately, mom and dad, sisters and brothers, what a hard lesson to learn. I'm sorry, Victoria, it can be a very hard lesson to learn. I made a meme recently, a couple memes a little while ago actually. But the people who hurt you the most in adulthood will come to you as your friend. And your family can hurt you even more as a child. This is why we choose our family. Okay? Your family abuses you, won't stop, divorce them. Bye. See ya. And go and form your own family. Your family of choice. We can't control our environments, but we can certainly choose them. Okay? You can't control that environment with your family, but if they abuse you, you can definitely leave them. I did. It was the best thing I could have ever done for myself, is to leave my family when I was still a child. Thank God. Thank God. Thanks, Victoria. Ginger Snap from the Pacific Northwest. Hi. My pregnant, homeless daughter wants us to take her in. One family member did. It only lasted about 3 weeks. She left in a fit of temper after wearing her benefactor out by complaining, yelling, and breaking things. She wants back, and because of the baby, we are conflicted. Our gut screams no, absolutely not, but then she threatens to take her life. That poor child, her unborn son, we want to rescue him. Also her, but apparently it's not possible. Oh, what a horrible situation. I don't want to spend... I could literally sit here and go off about this for like a half hour. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. I'm assuming she's an adult. And now that she's an adult, you can't parent her anymore. Okay? So that ship has sailed. She's an adult and you can't control her. The only thing you can do is care for yourself and protect yourself. And I would highly recommend that you do that first. We put children, our children, before us. The only time we ever do that. Their needs and what they want, how they feel is more important than us right now until they're grown. And then it's over. You are more important. Your feelings are more important. And protecting yourself has to be number one. Okay? And we just try to accept what we cannot control. You can control that. You can't control her. I highly recommend you get help and support and talk to somebody through this, and that you make the best decisions for yourself. All right? Number one, anybody threatens to take their own life, we are bounded by law to report this. It's all we can do. You can't talk people off the ledge. I'm not saying you can never talk them down, but they will use this as emotional currency. It's emotional blackmail. And obviously she does this. She threatens just to get her way. You want her in your life. You know exactly what you want, and you know exactly what your terms are, Mom, and you stick by them. All you can do is give her a chance. That's it, right? If you want to, and you don't have to. If you want to give her a chance, then you write down exactly what is not allowed and what must be done. Those are called terms. And then you must know what those repercussions are when she does not follow those terms. What are you going to do, Mom? How many chances does she get? How many times can she break the rules? Go past your limits? Ever? If you answer this question, it might help you. Is your daughter ever allowed to abuse you and hurt you again? Because if no, what are you going to do about it? You going to let her back in your life and back in your house? Well, then she's going to abuse you again. We know this, Mom. We know that she abuses people and hurts them and takes no accountability and doesn't change. It's not her problem to fix, right? So we know this. She's going to abuse and hurt you again. What can you do about that? How many times is she allowed to? 5 more times? She'll do it. She'll hurt you 5 more times, abuse you 5 more times. What are you going to do? My best advice is you make it very clear with her that you will only help her under your conditions, not hers. And I would make sure that she gets help for herself, yeah? For her mental illness, and she doesn't think she has any, then she can go see a therapist, a professional, until she's diagnosed with something. Because it's clear that she has mental illness. We may all do. So when someone behaves like this and says they have none, there's something missing. I'm really sorry. Awful. I'm sure you want to protect this grandchild you're about to have. But you can't. Now, there are some laws in the United States where the grandparents can intervene and have some custody rights to see the child. You can fight for those. If you think that you can handle that fight, then take it. Take it on. I don't know what else to do except give her a chance. And I'm not telling you to. I'm trying to help you find the best way to have contact with your daughter and your soon-to-be grandchild. Help her if you want to. It doesn't matter what you do. All that matters is how you feel about it. So how does it feel at the thought of helping her and letting her back in your home again? Did you say? No. No, you didn't say any feelings at all. Anybody else has advice? Anybody else knows what you can do? I don't know anything else you can do. You can tell her she's not allowed to come in, not allowed to have help from you, not allowed to contact you unless she does A, B, and C. You can do that. You're allowed to. It's healthy. Then you can come up with a contract. And think about it. Take some time. So you don't have to add things later. Right? You know your daughter, don't you? You know what her behaviors are. Don't tolerate them. You don't have to. Okay? I hope that helps. I'm terribly sorry. I really am. Sounds like another child that's going to be born into narcissistic parenting, be abused, be neglected, and be traumatized. I'm sorry. Ollie from Sacramento. Hi, Ollie. I've tried to sign your form, the petition I think you mean, but it keeps asking me to donate money, and you just said that signing is free. It is. And even if they ask, you don't have to give it to them. Okay? That's it. Just sign it and don't make a donation. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I don't think it doesn't sound like you're doing anything wrong. maybe you're saying it won't allow me to sign it unless I make a donation, and that's I've never heard that before. Almost everyone doesn't make a donation, 99%. I sign plenty of other petitions. I don't make a donation. I'm sorry you're having this problem. I'm confused why these teenagers are not showing their parents the online bullying that they are getting. The parents should know how to deal with this or find out how to stop it. So it's the parents' fault. I just cried this morning, and I don't cry much. I don't remember the last time I cried. It's been a long time. I couldn't help sit and listen to these parents being interviewed about their struggle with the school district for a year, begging, complaining, talking about every phone call they made. The school district would not stop it, would continue to allow this 10-year-old to be abused. Literally, I mean, we're talking attacked and hitting and breaking glasses and bruises and cuts and scrapes coming home. The police wouldn't do anything. The school district wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't even allow them to change schools or be homeschooled. No, but not do anything about it. And then when the 10-year-old took their life, the school said, oh no, the parents did nothing. Never made a complaint. And it's documented. It's documented. So they can't lie about it. When you watch this father talk about losing his child in tears, you can't blame him. And you know, it's just an emotional thing for me. I'm getting no support with the petition. I post videos about 10-year-olds taking their life, and all I get a few likes and people down there blaming the 10-year-old, blaming the parents. But where's the blame to the children doing it? Where's the blame to the parents of the children that doesn't care and doesn't stop it? Where's the blame to the school district that constantly knows it's going on and happening over and over and over again? There are videos of this in school, videos on the school bus that exist of this happening for the last year. What can the parents do except go to school and protect the child all day? It was just so sad to listen to the father talk about the day it happened, how they were having their nightly barbecue that they do often, and he needed something from the store and left for a few minutes and came back. And everything seemed to be fine. And the sibling found the boy dead. In those few minutes, he took his life. Coming home all the time with bruises, crying, and the dad would hold the son crying on the phone with the school. And the school wouldn't do anything or allow them to do anything about it. Guys, we can blame the children if that's your opinion. And you can blame the children's parents if that's your opinion. But how does that make it stop? How does that make other kids stop doing it? Look, I'm against this in adulthood. That's what I'm totally, and this has taken me and made me realize this is the number one cause of young people taking their lives. And now that I'm getting involved in the specific cases with families, I'm seeing that it's not the family's fault. It's not the child's fault. I just had someone leave a comment the other day telling me that it's the child's fault for the way that they react to it. Could there be better ways a 10-year-old could react to it? Sure. But my God, dude, my God, it's not the person's fault doing it. No. And this is why it continues. This is why. Marlena from Romania. Hi, Marlena. This is one of the most important videos on the internet. We should all watch it. Anyway, Marlena from Romania here, and I have a question for a future video or Q&A. What will happen to my mom after I go no contact? A bit of background info. I went no contact with her for 4 years, and from what I've heard, she became very unhealthy. She has anxiety, depression, and an eating disorder. Oh, an eating disorder that late in life. Wow. She gained so much weight that she was unrecognizable. I'm worried she'll do that again after no contact. Of course, it's not my responsibility to make sure she's healthy, and I will cut ties. Still, this idea of her destroying her body because of whatever issues she has with me and other people is freaking me out. By the way, she has diagnosed narcissistic personality disorder and other issues for sure. I'm sorry, Marlena. I'm sorry for your childhood and all the times you've been dealing with her in your adulthood. I'm really sorry. Well, we went for it 4 years no contact, and that's what happened. And when you do it again, most likely that's what will happen, especially with some of the personality disorder, right? They're very rigid. They do the same thing over and over again. They usually don't change, usually don't get help. Yeah. So she's already this old at this age where you're all grown up. So your mother must be at least 50s, 60s, 70s and has behaviors like this. They're not going to stop. They're not going to change. She's going to do the exact same thing. Okay. Let's just accept that, right? That'd be a good guess, a good bet. If I had to bet, I'd say I would bet that she probably would gain so much weight, she'd be unrecognizable again. Now, something that a lot of people don't know is that people with narcissistic personality disorder are at extreme risk of taking their own life. Extreme. And I knew a female narcissist in her 60s, and she did the same thing over and over again all the time. And that is when her children stopped talking to her, she started threatening taking her own life and be miserable and fall deep into depression. Deep. So I'm guessing, and I brought that example up because it's extremely typical with older narcissists trying to control their family. They'll self-sabotage, they'll hurt themselves, play the victim, and then I'm going to take my own life. Deep depression. So I'm guessing when she loses people in her life, which she's done her whole life, she just falls back into the norm of depression until she starts to hurt herself, sabotage herself, not care for herself. My best advice is don't look at it, don't see it, don't hear about it, don't talk about it. Tell people that know her, I don't want to know about it. Because like you said, it's not your responsibility and there's nothing you can do. She's a grown adult, she needs to take care of herself, and if she doesn't, nobody else can do it for her unless she checks herself into some kind of a hospital, okay? If she threatens to do things to herself, call authorities. And to the last person that said that you know someone that threatens to take her life, call authorities. It's the best chance they have for the help they need, isn't it? To be forced to take it into a hospital and under analysis and questioning, figure out what's wrong with her. It's her only chance. There's nothing else we can do, okay? Thank you, Marlena. Good luck. Hi, David, Healing Family from California here. Hello. Awesome way to talk about your enemies. You are just so positive in everything, about everything and everyone. I love it. Best online coach here. Wow. Thank you. Thank you again for all you do. Thank you for always making my little family continue to heal, and everyone else out there as well. Questions. Can a brain scan always detect a BPD person or only sometimes? I don't know about every time. I would say maybe not every time. I don't know. I'm not a doctor or scientist. Don't specialize in this or anything. I just found out that you can detect it in a brain scan, and I gave a link to the article. Sorry, I can't tell you more. I don't know if it's always every time. Probably pretty close. Yeah. Also, I remember ex-borderline fiance would never want to really hug, talk, spend quality time with our kids. I was the favorite person, and it's like he was jealous of them getting all my attention. Yes. When you have a borderline spouse, children are like siblings to them, where they have to vie and fight for their attention, your attention. If you have younger siblings, you might remember when mom was pregnant with them and they broke the news to you. Baby bump, you're going to have a little brother or sister soon. And at first we're like, yay, that's so cool. And then later it kind of sinks in, or here's baby brother and sister, and then mom and dad are giving all the attention, and you're like, this sucks. It's like that. You always pay attention to Johnny more than me. Johnny is 2 months old. I need to breastfeed Johnny. I need to clothe Johnny. I need to be there for Johnny all the time. Doesn't sleep well. You don't even help much. You're jealous. It's envious. You're envious of the time I spend, and you're jealous that you might lose me. Unbelievable. But when you're talking about borderline, you're talking about a 7 to 8 year old emotional child. But when it came to our dogs, he would get on the grass and roll, laugh, play, pet, tickle, play with the dogs, but totally cold, weird distance with the kids and sometimes myself. I would ask him why he would act different and loving and caring with the dogs and not us. Weird. Can you explain this a bit better, or why they do this? Well, they have problems forming and maintaining relationships with human beings, because they don't connect with them. A lot of fears rise. They can't communicate well, don't know who they are, all these problems, okay? They don't have those problems with animals. And I'm a huge pet lover. Just had the biggest loss of my life. It was Danny, my little girl dog, a year ago. So I understand. But Danny was not a human being. Okay? I would save 1 million people's lives before I saved my own dog's life, because people are more valuable. Okay? Yeah. We don't have the relationships we have with the dog is much different. Yeah. Okay. He doesn't have responsibilities except to feed it. Even if he feeds it, I don't know. But there's nothing he has to do for them. It's just play with them and get lots of attention. It raises our oxytocin. It feels really good. Okay. That's why people isolate and become the crazy cat lady, because they can't have relationships with people, but they can have 100 cats in their house. Raises our oxytocin, makes them feel good. Okay? Real simple. Is there anything more you want to understand about that? Let me know, please. And thank you for your support. Thank you for your comment. And I'm sorry for the loss again of your fiance. Really sorry. I hope you're getting better every day, and your children. Mary from Oklahoma. David, I tried to sign the petition, but I don't have an email address, so it wouldn't let my name be added to your petition. If you can add my name, you have my permission. Thank you. That's very sweet, Mary. No, I can't add your name. And you do have an email, because you to leave a comment on my video, you have to have a Gmail account. You have to. You don't have to have an email account to watch videos, but to subscribe, like, and comment like this, you have to have a Gmail. So you have a Gmail. You can go to Gmail, try to log in, say I forgot my username or password, all that. Okay? If you go to that much trouble to sign the petition, I really thank you very much. And it's really easy to make an email. Real easy. Very. You did it once. Thank you. Lewis from Florida. Hi, Lewis. Thanks for the video as always, and for the one-on-one sessions. You're welcome, Lewis. Thank you. 2 questions for you. Can you explain why people with BPD say you don't prioritize me, you don't hear me? And can you explain your thoughts on developmental trauma disorder? So the borderline believes they're never heard. The person that never stops talking, they believe they're never heard. They believe people don't listen to them. The only thing you can do is sit there for a while and keep acknowledging, yes, I hear you, repeat what they say, okay? But they believe they're not being heard or listened to. Borderlines believe they're never being heard or listened to because they never connect with anybody. They don't know themselves well, and they fail at communicating. They have tons of fears that usually surface and become priority. I'm not going to say that. You might leave me. You might hurt me. You might do this. Borderlines look for somebody to make them feel well and carry them through life. Take care of them like a baby. Okay? And if you're responsible for that, if you assume that kind of parentification, and now you're always trying to make them happy and all this stuff, we can't. So eventually, you can't. If you're doing a good job on day 1, that's great, but day 2, you can't. You can't care for somebody like that and always make them happy and always give them all your attention, because you got to go to work. And then when you go to work, you're a selfish narcissist. And if they cry and get all upset, you need to cry and get upset with them just like that. And if you don't, you're cold. You're unemotional. And if they don't feel well with you at all, like they did on day 1, then you're not making them priority and taking care of them and meeting their needs. Okay? It's too much. We can't. They need and want and expect and rely on too much. I just made a video 3 days ago, 4 days ago. The real reason borderlines call everyone narcissist is because of that. Because of that. You don't freak out and get all emotional with me all day, every day, so you're cold. Because emotional boundaries would me be sitting here going, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, you're so upset. And to a borderline, you're a narcissist, okay? Because you need to make them feel better, period. You don't hear me because they don't know how to talk to you, okay? They don't know what to tell you. Remember these things, who I am? They don't know what they need. They don't know how they feel. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they value. They say they value this. They say they value respect, and they're completely disrespectful. They tell you they need things that are unattainable, that you cannot do for them. They don't know what they want. When they tell you what they want, it changes the next day, 5 minutes. They don't know how they feel because they reject how they feel because they can't feel better. They don't know how, so it's easier to just ignore it, try to ignore it, and ignore it. Now they're going to tell you how they feel. They don't know. Very difficult. Complete crossing boundaries, completely losing autonomy, and they want you to completely take care of them, and we can't. Okay? I hope that makes sense, Lewis, and to the rest of you. Your question was 6 days ago. I made the video 3-4 days ago. So maybe you watched that. Maybe that helped. I think you commented on it. Thank you, Lewis. Thanks for your comment. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Oh, no. Rose, you made a comment, and I'm so sorry I don't have it here. I can't find it. Rose in the United Kingdom, about your husband. About when you tell him that when you bring up, I remember now, you would bring up a woman's name that he is seeing, talking to, knows, and if you just bring it up, he says, oh, you're just jealous. I can't deal with jealousy at all, so shut up. So all he's doing is manipulating. He's going outside of your marriage, okay? He's making you feel insecure, and then he's blaming you for it. Completely irresponsible. Here's what I wrote. He is refusing to meet your needs and make you feel secure in your marriage. That's what we're supposed to do. That's his job, his role. He needs to meet your emotional needs. And one of them is to make you feel secure in the relationship. When you're telling him that you feel insecure in the relationship and he says, bah, your fault. No, it's not. It's his. And if you can't fix it, it's over. So if he doesn't mind losing you, then just tell him, if you don't make me feel secure, it's over. And then leave him. But we're not leaving him, Rose. We're not. And then you say, he's doing this and he's doing that. That's who he is. And we can't control him. We can't change him. So we have to accept the person he has shown you he is for, I'm guessing, over a decade now. Okay? And you can complain and whine and bitch and moan to him. He doesn't care. So I wrote, he is failing at his responsibilities of this marriage and the oath that he took. He's failing. Remind him of the vows that he made, that he read to you, and say, you're not doing that anymore. Marriage annulled. Make a list of all the bad feelings he causes you. How many bad feelings does he cause you, Rose? Why don't you look them up if you're not aware of negative emotions, feelings? And you can make emotions. You could describe to him what it's doing to your body and then tell him what it's called. Okay? Let's really test him and find out if he cares about you at all. Right? Just tell him, I feel awful, depressed, anxious, scared, worried. And then he'll just say, it's all your fault. And say, you don't care how I feel? Just say, I just want to know if you care how I feel. And if he says anything close to yes, just say, you're causing it. You're doing it. So you're not going to stop? You're going to keep causing feelings like this to me? Do you want to continue that for the rest of the life that you have left, Rose? The little precious life that you have left? Or do you want to keep trying to change him? It's so sad, Rose. Your comments make me sad. I'm sorry. If you want to get what you need and want and feel better, I would try to choose a different environment instead of control that one. Okay? There's help and support for you. You're not alone. Victoria from the Bay Area. Hi, Victoria again. My question is, do you know anything about extreme anxiety disorder? My friend was just diagnosed with this disorder. I've never heard of extreme anxiety disorder. Clinical anxiety and stuff like this. My friend was just diagnosed with this disorder by a licensed therapist. The problem is a regular doctor will not treat her for this because regular doctors, like a general practitioner, doesn't treat people for anxiety. The therapist does. So the therapist needs to prescribe her medication if that's what she's looking for, or she needs to go to a psychiatrist. And the therapist might even point her to a psychiatrist. He told her she has to be seen by a licensed psychiatrist. There you go. And absolutely will not give her any anxiety pills. There are no anxiety pills. There are no pills that cure anxiety. They try to use different things that help a little bit, like Xanax, stuff like this, but they don't really work. Do you have any advice you could possibly give her? I can make sure she's watching on Monday. Her name is Elena. Hi, Elena. I'm so sorry for your diagnosis. You don't have to accept this forever. Realize that it started in childhood with relationships that you have, and we need to have better relationships with ourselves and other people. That's the cure. That is the cure. Anxiety is due to the stress levels, prolonged stress you've had in your life. We need to get our nervous system to start working better. We need to reduce stress chemicals, and we need more feel-good chemicals, our dose chemicals, more dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. We can raise these naturally in life, but you won't sitting at home scared. So we have to push ourselves and face our fears and go out in society and meet new people. And we need to get rid of relationships that cause us stress that we can't fix. We need to end them. We need to reduce stress levels. Okay? And you'll have success in your life by having better relationships with yourself and other people. And I told someone in the first question how to do that. Know who you are. Live true to that. Know what your needs are and have them met. Know what you want and work towards that. Know how you feel and make yourself feel better. Know what you value and stick true to those every day. That's the cure. Okay. I'm sorry. A psychiatrist will give you medication that will help, will not cure. If you need it, get it, take it. They'll most likely give you something like Xanax. Interesting. I know there's more. Hold on. There's one or two more here. Okay, there's one more. From Jay Gannon. The censorship goes both ways. I can't support any more censorship, as I have been censored way too much as a loving and developed voice. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm not sure, I'm guessing you're talking about the petition. You're calling the petition censorship. Interesting. But you've been censored way too much for having a loving and developed voice. No one gets censored for loving. Please show me an example where this happened, please. I'd love to know how you got censored for loving, but nobody gets censored for hating. I don't understand. Not that I think people should be censored for hating, but I mean, children, number one cause of children taking their lives is being bullied by their peers. Now, stopping bullies from attacking children is not censorship. Like the 10-year-old boy who just took his own life, he was getting beat on and hit. Is stopping that is censorship, right? That's what you're saying? None of this makes sense so far. The problem is with the culture. Yes, there's a problem with the culture. So what's your advice on how to cure that? By allowing it? By not stopping it? Not censoring it? Bizarre. The problem is with culture and the parents at large. Whose parents? Again, the victim's parents, yeah? I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that you're saying the bully's parents. Yeah? And the only way to change that is with unique and cutting edge voices. Can you show me where these are? Where I buy one? Or how am I supposed to talk to someone? Cutting edge. Almost shamanically, and I don't think that's a word. Engaged. Almost shamanically engaged. And poking triggers. I don't know what that means. Poking triggers. Whose triggers? How do we poke the triggers? And having the wherewithal to co-regulate them in open air. Yes, the 10-year-old did not have the wherewithal to cope with the abuse and attacks and bullying from other 10-year-olds. His fault. Censorship squelches that and kills Western civ. As anything can be conveniently be labeled abusive by controllers. No, it can't. Not everything can be labeled as abusive by controllers. And they can say it is, but it doesn't mean shit. But a boy taking his own life after a year of bullying, where no one would help, needs to be stopped, not censored. I don't understand how you're equating attacking people and abusing them as and stopping that as censorship. I don't get it. Help me understand, please. I'd love to know. But thanks for telling me why you won't support a petition to stop bullying for children taking their own lives. You won't support it. I respect that. Thank you for telling me your reason why. I don't understand it, but thanks for telling me. Please help me understand it if you can. That'd be great. And that is it, guys, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in, for watching this, supporting it if you can. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Would be appreciated if you can. Consider it. Thank you. And asking all your beautiful questions. Let me know what you think of my answers. Keep it going. If there's still more you want to know, give me more details. Maybe I can give you better answers, okay? Have a beautiful week, guys. Love yourself first, and happy June, PTSD Awareness Month. Bye, guys. Thanks.